Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Marcella.
And we just finished watching episode 2, season 6 of 100, and it was fucking epic.
Yes, this episode was awesome. I think we were saying that it was one of our favorites, I think, out of like all of the episodes of the 100, like the really whole show in general. And yeah, we just love the whole idea of it. I
just think like such an interesting
concept,
like
with the eclipse and they're not able to control themselves. And this whole episode, we really had them like going after each other. It actually reminded us, we mentioned this in our other video, but it reminded us a lot of like Motel California from
Teen Wolf.
On Teen Wolf, which was one of our favorite episodes of all time in Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was just, it was really insane.
Cool. Yeah, it was awesome. Okay, so the very beginning, we have like these Clarke 2.0 people, and they name this place Sanctum, and we have that whole thing happening. And
Clarke 2.0. Guys, they literally like Bellamy and Clarke from season 1, and it was almost like look what you could have had if they had just got together.
Yep. We feel like we were actually wondering it because I know like Jason's mentioned like a prequel in the works. Like I wonder if like we could dive more into like the history of that, and well, I would love to like see like the descendants of Bellamy and Clarke be in like the prequel, you know?
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
I just think that would be
to
really
see like
cool.
their ancestors or whatever. But yeah, I had thought like the woman that they had kept alive.
What if that
was like the girl from like the beginning and she survived and like went and cried or something? That's why she's still alive. I don't know. That's like kind of like
it's like far-fetched, but maybe. I mean, she does have dark hair though.
Yeah, but that could have just, I don't know, got darker.
She died.
I don't know. It could. I don't know.
It could. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like a crack theory. But like I think you never know. You never know on the show. Because like I feel like we got those people for a reason, you know? Like
yeah, but I'm pretty sure. Well, I think the boy in the beginning didn't die, but then it looked like the blonde girl did.
I don't know. But anyway, I love that they were all locked up together. Like I really liked how everybody was like forced to be in like close quarters with each other.
Bellamy and Clarke had each other's keys.
Yeah, I like that.
That was wonderful.
Like that's such like a small thing, but it's like it just shows like the trust between them
that they still have. Even after breaking each other's like trust last season, their forgiveness is just so it's such a beautiful thing. And
I mean like Bellamy could have given it to Murphy, who he's been friends with now for like over 6 years.
And who he spent all that time up in space
all the time with, and he still gave it to Clarke.
Gave it to Clarke, yeah.
Listen, we live on breadcrumbs. And then having Murphy in that room with Bellamy and Clarke, like, we were saying, we just need him to like say something to the two of them.
He was literally just like, he had the biggest mouth this episode, Murphy, and I just wanted him to say something about Bellamy and Clarke, like, I don't know, just like calling them out. I thought that would have been really funny.
He was really frustrating, the way that he was going at it at Clarke. Like, it was just like I'm so tired.
Enough is enough.
I'm so tired.
I'm at the point where it's like, if this goes on all season, it's gonna get really, really annoying. And it's gonna cause us to not like these characters that we love.
I mean, yeah,
so, like, I love Murphy, but like, I don't like how he's treating Clarke. And but I do think that scene with Clarke and him when he walks in,
that was big,
and he noticed her with the knife at her throat. Clarke is a character who, you know, like everybody else was going after each other, and Clarke was going after herself, and
it just shows a lot. And I feel like
it shows a lot about herself.
That mental state, like I feel like they really need to like discuss that on the show, because I felt so bad for her and how she was literally gonna take her own life because she felt so awful.
Yeah, that regret that just weighs on her shoulders.
Like she has a lot on her shoulders, and I just feel like they need to discuss that, because that was really heartbreaking to watch. I think. That was really, I mean, Eliza freaking killed that scene. Eliza's acting in that scene, and I think Murphy coming, I think out of everybody, like he kind of needed to see something like that, you know. And I think that it says a lot about him that he tried to help her too. Yeah. So I'm excited to see more of that dynamic in the future. I feel like that could be like, that's really interesting, because I know Murphy is somebody who was a really bad guy in the beginning of the show. If you guys remember the beginning of the show, remember he got banished and everything, like, and then I love that he, oh my god, he mentioned like
they like hung him from
they hung him, and he mentioned that, and then Bellamy was like, yeah, that was me. Yeah. and then he was like, well, Clarke made you do it. Yeah. But still, like, I like the references, and oh my god, the moment when Clarke like cracks after Murphy like keeps saying like those taunts to her, and he keeps like egging her on on, and she's just like taking it at first, and then she just snaps. And then she's like, oh, is this what you want to hear, that I'm the bad guy?
Yeah.
And then she's like, because people die when I'm in charge.
Oh my God.
And then she looks at Bellamy and goes, isn't that what you said? And it was just like, fuck.
Oh, I was like mentioning that fight. The fight that we all love.
The angst in
that fight.
Oh God, that episode, but that fight when he...
That's one of like the best Clarke scenes.
Yeah, it's just so raw.
And it's just so much angst, and it's like, so many feelings, and it's just so much emotion. That's one of the best.
But like, think about it, like, it's been over 6 years and she still remembers those words that he said to her.
Yeah, because that's how much that affected her, because that does go through her head, Clarke, and it affects her, and we definitely saw that, and that's why Space Crew needs to shut their fucking
But like, seriously, like they need to stop. She feels bad enough. And yeah, Bellamy, this episode, Bob, like the way that he slowly loses his mind.
It was great to see though, like to see Bob as an actor, like play Bellamy that way was really, really cool to see. And
yeah, it was really awesome.
It was scary though to watch him, like even when like he initially like started going like towards Clarke, and she looks so scared because she's never seen Bellamy like that. Bellamy is so soft, especially towards her, and she was like, what the hell? Like, she didn't even know how to like get him out of it. Bellamy, he doesn't get that.
I really like that. The scene before that though, when they were helping Miller and Jackson, because Jackson was seeing something like in Miller, and he's like, no, I have to help him, I have to cut it out of him. And so they ended up like letting him loose, because like, you know, Bellamy didn't know. We just thought that Miller was having like a hallucination or something, like they didn't know. And yeah, I liked obviously Bellamy and Clarke working together, but then yeah, when they like sedate the two of them and they like knock them out, and then when Bellamy says, like Clarke says, like, it's from the trailer, she's like, we have no idea how to survive here, and then he's like, how can two people what was it, like, how can two people like have the same hallucination, which that can be foreshadowing.
I really hope that Bellamy and Clarke have the same hallucination, and it's like a connection type thing.
Can they
I don't know, like, that would be really cool
if they could like hallucinate a scene. Like, I would love for them to hallucinate like Mount Weather, like when they had to do like the Together. Like, I think that would be really cool. Like something like really like old would be
I mean, it would make sense if those two hallucinate together, because
they've made a lot of decisions
they
together.
have to make a decision to kill people or something, and they could like have to like make a decision about like keeping their people alive, or keeping like the world alive, or something like that, where it's like so hard for them to make that decision together, and they're like struggling with that. I think that could be like amazing to see, especially with their acting. I would love to see that in future episodes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited for the cast now to be able to talk about it, because I feel like there were so many bloopers like behind the scenes. Like, I feel like Bob and Richard, like, how did they like they like kind of like almost drowned in it. Like, I don't know.
I would love to hear them talk about how that scene went down, and like what that was like filming that.
Yeah, especially like Bob and Eliza as well. Like, I wonder like how crazy that was for them to have to like film something like that. Like, that was so different than like I feel like they've ever done.
Yeah.
So I wonder about that, and I'm excited to hear stories about that, because I feel like they're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I also thought that another crazy scene was with Echo and Amori.
Yeah.
And the whole thing when Bellamy is not banging on the door, and Echo is freaking out, and you hear, I thought that what she was hearing was really interesting. When she was hearing, I guess it was like when she was training or something.
Something like that.
It was like from her past,
from
you could tell, and somebody was like yelling at her.
Yeah.
And it was like, I guess when she was learning to be a spy, and I thought that was interesting. And then Maury just like creepily like laughing. Like, was that a great touch to all of this?
I thought that was great, and I think that acting in that particular scene was awesome. Like, even the way that like Echo, like, she couldn't like take it anymore, so she just like knocked herself out. Like, she just
like
couldn't
like
she couldn't deal with it. And then like, obviously, like, everything's going to like shit on the ground, and then everything's also going to shit up in space, because we have people come aboard, and I thought that was really cool and really terrifying, because, you know,
they stole the ship.
They don't know these people, and now they're stealing everything. Like, I thought that was insane, and I love that Raven woke up Diyoza, because we were like, Diyoza's a really interesting character.
She knew that she needed help because of just the situation, and like, all of their lives were in danger. And yeah, Diyoza, I really love the scene when she's like she goes back and like pretending she's in cryo, and then she kind of like grabs the gun and starts fighting. And then I love when Maddie came in. That was so unexpected.
God, that was so exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting when Maddie showed up and like saved them.
It was like they planned ahead because they knew that this might not go the way that we needed to, and they needed somebody small to go up there. So Maddie was really like the only one that could have fit up in the space. It was just so cool and so badass. And I love though that when Maddie came in, she's like, I have questions. Like, okay, like I did your dirty work.
And she literally goes to her, she's like, I'm not talking to you.
And then she's just like, where's Clarke? Like, she's just like so confused about what is happening. What the hell she just woke up to. I'm excited to see more of Diyoza's character because like we left her on board.
It's interesting because she was the villain last year. So it's like now she's
kind of with them. Like she kind of like used like she was like their like our people too. Like she knew like these are the bad guys and these are our people. Like she's very interesting to have around, that's for sure.
And I hope we're gonna have her baby.
I think that she will.
She has to. She was like, ready to birth.
Yeah, Octavia. Then we had Octavia this episode who was slowly just.
She was breaking a little bit, and I think that Octavia needs to break in order to
be able to accept what happened and move on.
Yeah.
I know later on this season we're gonna see her verse like a different verse. Like we're gonna see her verse like the Red Queen, like Blood Reina. So I feel like
I cannot wait for that scene.
I did think it was it was pretty interesting to have like other people around that were down in the bunker with her. Like James, we don't know him, but he was there. Like other people, like not just like the people that we know.
His family ended up getting killed because of her decision.
But I just think it was cool to like have other people around who like Octavia's own people don't fucking like her. You know, like I know that like
because she failed them as a leader. Like she made bad decisions, and she
was like, I saved you all. Like like that was like, no, you didn't.
You made everything worse last season, and it was like she was trying to do it for her people, and I think she genuinely believes that. But Octavia was a selfish leader. She wanted that power, and she did lead through fear, and you know, she was power hungry, and I think the power just got to her head, and
she just lost that control.
She felt, I think she like hates herself in some ways, I think, right now, because
I think
she really wanted to be that person to bring all of her people to the valley and save them, and it kills her that she wasn't able to, and that's why she was letting them beat on her.
That's why she was like taunting them in some ways, like kind of like saying like all these awful things to get them to hurt her, and then you just see it in the way that she like laughed, and she was like telling them like, no, do it because I think she knows, like a part of her knows that like they deserve to feel that way because of what she's done. And then it's like what Abby said, like, you know, just leave her, like let her live with what she's done, like let her live with who she's become, because I think that that's the hardest thing for all of them. Like the easy way out would probably be just for somebody to kill her, but that's why Abby's like, no, like it's gonna be worse for her, like
exactly.
And I mean, Abby's also somebody who is trying to move on and learn from her mistakes. So I think that also maybe give Octavia a chance at some way, you know? Like, let Octavia grow, because I feel like she can develop a lot. But that one shot when she has, like, the blood, like, all over her mouth and she's just, like, cackling.
Oh, I know. It's so creepy.
Like, I thought it was so creepy, but I feel like it's just so, it just shows like how far gone she has been. Like, you know, like we saw like Amori, who was like laughing like hysterically like that, but she was under like the eclipse stuff, and then you see like Octavia who's just naturally like crazy. And I know like a lot of people don't like Octavia, like I've seen some of that stuff like on Twitter, but we think that she's a really complex character, and I feel like she could go, like, it's just gonna be...
We enjoy her scenes. We just really do.
Feel like she could go far from here. Hopefully, like, a lot of development can happen.
I'm really curious on where her character is gonna go this season.
Yeah, sure. I mean, even when she went down on the ground, like,
she went to save Bellamy.
Yeah, that was her thing. She's like, I have to save my brother.
Yeah.
Like, and, you know, and Bellamy's response was like, why is she up? Like, who the fuck woke her?
Literally, like, you had one job, keep Octavia in cryo.
And you woke her up. I mean, now I think it's gonna get even better now that everybody's together. Like, I'm very, very excited for the next episode and to see what is gonna happen.
Yeah, I love this episode. I can't wait for the rest of the season and to watch the next episode. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I mean whatever
we're gonna go live anyway, so we'll talk about whatever we didn't talk about when we do go live.
Yes, and let us know some of your thoughts and your predictions and what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below.
Yes, and if you enjoyed this review, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more reviews and reactions all season long.
You can also be sure to follow our social media. We are at City of the Fields.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye!